On the 25th of April 1915, beginning at dawn, some 16,000 Anzacs landed on Gallipoli. Many would not live to see the sunrise on that fateful day. Although it has been more than a century, we continue to gather each year on Anzac Day to honour their sacrifice and remember their service in the name of our country. Over the decades, Anzac Day has become our national day. We remember not only those who served at Gallipoli and elsewhere during the First World War, but all Australian service personnel across all wars, conflicts, peace and humanitarian operations, both overseas and in Australia. I am at the Perth War Cemetery on Whadjuk Noongar country in my home state of Western Australia. More than 500 Australians are buried here in these beautiful grounds. One of those individuals was from the suburb of Kelmscott in Perth's southeast, where I grew up. This is the final resting place of William Henry Mutton, a lieutenant in the Royal Australian Naval Volunteer Reserve. William was an engineer and volunteered for the reserve long before the Second World War, when he was already in his 40s. When the war broke out, Lieutenant Mutton turned up for service the very next day. This was a man who never allowed his flag be furled. William Mutton wanted a life with a wider range. He died of a heart attack while in service, here on the home front, doing his duty in the defence of Australia. Duty, or doing your bit, is one of the values embodied in the Anzac spirit. It is our solemn duty to ensure that William Mutton and the generations of other Australians who have served continue to live in our hearts and minds. This year is a special one for our Vietnam veterans, as we commemorate the 50th anniversary of the end of Australia's involvement in the Vietnam War. We honour some 60,000 Australians who served in our longest conflict of the 20th century. 523 of them lost their lives, and more than 3,000 were wounded. More than 15,000 of the Australians who served were Nashos, national servicemen, conscripted to fight in a jungle war they knew little about. They showed up, they did their duty, side by side with the regular soldiers. There was no difference, they stood by each other. Each and every one of our Vietnam veterans deserves our gratitude and utmost respect. To each of you, I say thank you. On Anzac Day, I will ask you to join me to remember all of our service personnel, no matter the conflict. Light a candle at dawn, visit a war cemetery or a garden of remembrance, wear a sprig of rosemary or a red poppy, attend a service in your community, or simply take a moment and pay tribute to the men and women of the Australian Defence Force, past and present, lest we forget.